What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. This recap is jam-packed. I mean, look at the preview for the Yankees-Mets game, the Subway Series. The Martian went yard. Judge, Soto, they teed off as well. It was a really fun game. I had to come back and redo this intro. This was not in my original script. We have breaking news. This happened as I was about to start editing. The Yankees just lost another starting pitcher to Tommy John, and it was one of their most dependable arms since last year. The Cubs, they really had some fun. They set a franchise record with 8 home runs in a single game, and superstar PCA had 2 alongside this 5-star catch. We know that Denzel Clarke of the A's loves making 5-star catches, and apparently he also likes hitting baseballs 471 feet. That is not a misspeak. That is not a typo. He went 471. The Astros had fans and announcers making trash can references because they beat the Dodgers so badly. Joe Adele, he will not stop hitting home runs, and Cal Raleigh, well, we'll talk about Cal in a second. We'll get into all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every single baseball game almost every single day, so grow the game with me, leave a like, and hit that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets using code Fuzzy on SeatGeek. And if you've never downloaded Underdog Fantasy, all you have to do is download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store to your phone. Enter in code Fuzzy, and you get a bunch of free stuff like up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And if you use my code, they'll give you this free mystery MLB pick'em to add to your pick'ems for the day. So you're welcome. But before we show any other game, I want to show the Mariners game because I basically purposely left this out of the intro. Cal Raleigh had 2 more home runs. His 34th home run went to the second deck. And by the way, 115 miles an hour is the hardest hit of his entire career. Randy Arozarena jolted out another one. He has 5 home runs his last 5 games, and Cal, I mean, there was a lot happening on this swing. First of all, he just set a brand new career high in home runs with 35. It's July 5th, and second, he tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs by a Mariner before the All-Star break. Dylan, he gave Bryan Woo even more of a lead. I mean, the baseball puns are already going, but yes, Dylan Moore snaps an 0-for-30 something. That was all for Bryan Woo, who struck out 8 over 6 shutout the Mariners. They win easy. They're 46-42. The Chicago Cubs hit 8 home runs in one game. 8. They probably ran out of fireworks. Like, there's no way they prepared for all of this. And by the way, PCA, he stole a double from Mason Wynn. He's up to 13 outs above average on defense already. Seiya, he said see ya for the 24th time this year. He's already passed his career high in home runs, just like Cal. Obviously, so has Pete Crow Armstrong because he was a rookie last year. Just like Cal, he also swatted out 2 home runs. And honestly, I'm really happy that Michael Busch is not a Dodger because they'd be even more insane if he was doing this out in LA. Carson Kelly, that is his 10th home run. The catcher still has a 146 OPS plus, which is crazy. PCA, bang! This is one of the craziest starts to a season we are ever going to see. He has 23 home runs and 26 stolen bases, so he might actually go 40-40 with platinum defense. No, we don't see this every other season like a lot of Mets fans are saying on Twitter. You're just salty he's not on your team. Stop that. Wait, Michael Busch also had 2 home runs? That one went 428 feet on the Michael Busch bomb for his 16th. Now it's Dansby's turn, I guess. He has 15 on the season. By the way, that went 425 feet. I had no idea. You know, I was off my phone a lot because I was hanging out with family yesterday. I saw that PCA had 2 home runs and that catch. I didn't know that Michael Busch had a 3 home run game, so his 17th completes the trifecta. That is a brand new record for the Cubs. 8 home runs in one game. The best day to do it, too. On July 4th, break out the fireworks. Staying with the July 4th vibes, I guess you could say Boston had themselves a little tea party versus the Nationals. Sorry about that. But yeah, base hits from Cedar Rafaela and Jarren Duran got it going. We're going to skip to the 5th inning now because Boston really dialed in. That frame started with a rocket double from Roman Anthony, who has looked a lot better lately. He then scored on a Wilyer Abreu bases-loaded walk, and we're going to fast forward to the 2-run Trevor Story 2-bagger, Marcelo Meyer. He then tacked on another right before Jarren Duran fully kicked down the floodgates or the door. No, yeah, he kicked down the door. That's his 22nd double. He was bred by the baseball gods to just hit gaps. Abraham Toro, he got it even closer to double digits. And Trevor, okay, here's the door reference I was about to make. Trevor kicked down the double-digit door. His 4th base hit gave him 4 RBIs. He's batting .315 with 15 extra base hits and 30 RBIs his last 31 games. Lucas Giolito, if you guys don't remember, he was traded to the White Sox by the Nationals back in the day for Adam Eaton. He had 7 strikeouts versus the old team. He was pretty good. By the way, Ronaldo Lopez was also in that trade. A little fun fact from Fuzzy. The Red Sox, they're 44-45. So if 11 runs from the Red Sox is a tea party, what do we call 18 runs from the Astros. I'm sure you're going to go straight to trash can jokes or something like that, but this was a good old-fashioned spanking. Izak, he ambushed the first pitch that he saw. That's his 18th home run. Christian Walker, he might be the best hitter ever when it comes to hitting in LA. He's batting over 350 after this RBI. Will Smith, he got that last run back. I mean, he's batting 330 in general on the season as a catcher with his 12th home run. Jose, I mean, you might not believe it, but this is his first career regular season home run in Los Angeles. It blows my mind that the Dodgers didn't find room for this guy, by the way. Talking about Christian Walker again. He was a free agent. He now has hit a home run in 6 consecutive games in LA, dating back to his days with the Diamondbacks. Rookie Cam Smith, he got in on the fun. He has 12 RBIs his last 8 games. Victor Caratini, no way! He had a grand slam a few days ago. 2 grand slams in 1 road trip as Jose, he skied another one a few hitters later. This one's gone as well. The Astros won by 17. That is not a nice way to reward your fans for making the trip up to Dodger Stadium on July 4th and then having them lose by 17 and then making them deal with the worst parking situation in human history. Like the parking in LA, I mean, just it needs to be solved one of these days. It's horrific. I once went to a game where I was stuck in traffic for an hour and a half after it ended. The 2025 A's are easily one of the weirder teams in baseball. Why? Well, let's face it. When their lineup is cooking, they slap. Now, I just want to mention, by the way, Justin Verlander made his debut 20 years ago, and after 20 years, he came into this season with 262 wins. It's July, and he still has 262 wins. He lost again. He's now 0 for 6 this year. Rooker had an RBI, then back-to-back doubles from Max Muncy and Jacob Wilson, which, if you guys don't remember, I picked him to win Rookie of the Year. And I'm hoping that you guys tailed that because you're about to make some ched. He's going to win Rookie of the Year, make it 3 RBI doubles in 1 inning. I think that was the first time ever Verlander gave up 4 doubles in 1 frame. JP Sears was nasty. He had 6 strikeouts over 6, but I'm going to keep his highlight reel really short, only because his lineup kept teeing off. Denzel Clarke tripled ahead of Butler, who cashed in the RBI, and here he is again. First name Nick, last name Kurtz, the rookie of the month from last month. He went yard, a 2-run home run, and I'm going to need you guys to buckle up because this ball's about to go for a ride. Denzel Clarke, who already tripled, and he's about to have a web gem in a second. He went 471. You heard that right. 471. I had no idea that Geloff was back in the order, so he's another lineup extender. He scores on that mammoth moon bomb, and Brett Wisely, fun, cool, nice. The A's won by a zillion. Denzel Clarke had a sliding grab later in the game. He has 12 outs above average in 36 games. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm a little bit exhausted, so I'm gonna fly through the rest of these games. Don't hate me, I almost never do this, but Vinnie Pasquantino, he beat the Diamondbacks all by himself. He smacked a 3-run home run in the first. He then drove in John Rabe in the second, so boom, that's 4 RBIs, quick math, and then he went yard again for a huge 6 RBI day. He's up to 55 on the season. By the way, let's settle this debate. He had 6 RBI, not 6 RBIs, just like it's not the MLB, it's MLB. Mark Canha and Gino, they also had some home runs. Suarez, he might actually hit 50 this year. He's on pace for 52 right now. The Royals are 42-47 after Bubic went 7 innings, but he's going to be an all-star. The Diamondbacks are 43-45. Are they good or not? Philly jumped out to an early lead before completely wetting the bed and ruining my parlay. I'm a parlay guy. What can I say? I'm responsible, and I do budget for it. Nick Castellanos made it 3-0 when Jesus Luzardo imploded again. He got lit up like that 2012 or something like that San Diego fireworks show where they accidentally lit them all up at once. It was like an 18-minute show, all in the span of a few seconds. Elly rifled one to right field to plate TJ Friedel. Austin Hayes smoked a 97 heater upstairs. Elly scores on that double, and now Spencer Steer. See, Spencer Steer is still very much the man who rakes. He's batting 371 with 11 extra base hits and 16 RBIs with a 1.1 OPS his last 17 games. The Reds kept pouring it on. These are off Joe Ross. Luzardo's already out the game. Elly had another multi-hit and multi-RBI game. They kept the lead despite a 2-run double from Schwarby. Bohm, he took a fastball with the bases loaded with their last chance to make a comeback, and this is why people don't like Bohm. He's crying over a clear strike 3. Pagan now has 19 saves. The Reds are 46-42. The Phillies are 51-37, so still cruising. So I just mentioned I had a parlay. Who else was on my parlay? Well, it was a 2-teamer. I had the Phillies and the Yankees, and maybe that's stupid considering the Yankees have been playing like a 12U travel ball team, but there's Jason, the Martian. He went golfing for an Apo Taco. Judge, him too. The captain went back-to-back with the Martian. Judgy is on pace for 59 home runs, and it's going to be one of those games, huh? Juan Soto, he ties it. He's been a man on a mission lately. Bellinger, he now has a 10-game hit streak because his 13th home run went to the second deck. Are we serious now? This is legit one of the craziest games I've ever seen when it comes to back and forths with some big names. Judge, Soto, and Belly all went yard, and the former super prospect with the cool nickname The Martian hit 2. Jason had 2 home runs. It's 5-3 Yankees. They got this game in the bag. No, they don't. Another super prospect, at least former super prospect, bashed one out. Brett Beatty now has 9 home runs, and the former batting champion Jeff McNeil went to the second deck, a 2-run go-ahead Jeff Jack, and then he did it on defense. Reed Garrett, he was going for a 6-out save. McNeil, he smothered one to rob the Brontosaurus DJ LeMahieu of a base hit. Jason rolled over. That's the ball game. The Yankees have lost 5 in a row. The Mets have won 3 in a row, so they're a half game back of the Phillies after the Phillies melted down. At least my team, the Guardians, are making the Yankees' 5-game losing streak look not so bad. Cleveland lost their 8th in a row. This is my personal hell. Like, if you have a Guardians voodoo doll, please get rid of it. I'm begging you. I'll give you a lot of money. Yeah, Jose J-Ram hit his 14th home run, but that was the only run the Guardians could muster. Matt Vierling, he made a sick leaping grab in left field, and Wenzel, he threw a seed from right field. He cut down Naylor, so I guess you could say he nailed him. Wenzel then flexed the pop. He looks beefier this year. Like, if you're a Tigers fan, let me know, did he put on some weight in the offseason? Like, I'm talking about good muscle weight. He has 7 home runs and an almost 145 OPS plus his first 32 games. McKinstry, he won it for the Tigers as Slade Ciccone just became the latest Guardians starting pitcher to get almost no runs of support. Will Vest has 14 saves. The Tigers, they have 55 wins. Again, the Guardians have lost 8 games in a row. They've scored 69 runs the last month. That's 11 fewer than the second worst team. Oh, this hurts. This hurts. I was just about to start recording the Angels game. Like, this is later in the video, but I got to go back. Breaking news. Aaron Boone just announced that Clarke Schmidt needs Tommy John surgery to repair a UCL injury. Clarke has a 3.07 ERA since last year. He's been one of the better mid-rotation guys in all of baseball. Garrett Cole, we already know that he's out with Tommy John, and the Yankees, they desperately need Luis Gil back in this rotation. Maybe they call up the 6'6" prospect Cam Schlitter. It's a weird last name. Schlittler? Schlitter? Something like that. He could get a lot of reps in the big leagues because he's turning a 2.8 ERA with an almost 12 strikeouts per 9 between AA and AAA this year. He has an upper 90s fastball with high spin rate, so because of that, he can keep the ball on the ground, and he's got an awesome slider. He could be someone to look after, but again, prayers up to Clarke Schmidt. I hope that he comes back better than ever. Sorry, Yankees fans, but we already know that they lost first place because of their 4-game losing streak. Well, it could get worse after that 5th L in a row, and the Jays are trying for 6 wins in a row. Now, it did take 10 innings because after Andres Mbo singled in 2, and Neto made an error to give the Jays a 3-run lead, Joe Adell forced extras. I'm going to go ahead and knock on wood because I will not be responsible for any jinx. Let me get the knocking of the wood. Okay, sorry, I got carried away. Joe Adell has arrived. Again, I've already knocked on the wood. Like, I think he's actually figured it out, a la Byron Buxton style. It took forever, but he's up to 19 home runs and 50 RBIs. A lot of the damage has come in the last month and a half. He's batting .330 with 13 home runs and 29 RBIs his last 32 games. So that's really cool for Joe Adell, but it just kind of extended the inevitable. Sam Bachman of the Angels. He's kind of like the last chance for Halos fans to say they did not absolutely botch that draft a few years ago where they only took pitchers. He hit the red on his throwing meter. He threw the game away. The Jays do, in fact, win their 6th in a row. They have a full 2-game lead over the Yankees now. And the Rays. So I got to talk about the Rays now because Tampa could have actually grabbed sole possession of second and leapfrogged the Yankees, but the Twins, they had other plans in mind. I do want to show Brandon Lau's 19-game hitting streak. Nothing came of it, though. Chris Paddock, he was pitching angry in this one. We're going to skip to the 5th. Harrison Bader, he bashed one to the second deck. He has 8 home runs and 7 stolen bases. He's having a pretty good 31-year-old season because the defense has been unreal as well. It's always going to be if we're talking about Harrison Bader. The Rays did rally with a double from Yandy. Junior Caminero, he's been prime. Manny Ramirez the last month, he has 26 extra base hits with 34 RBIs the last 37 games. What is that? Josh Lowe even made it 3-1, but the Twins, we've already really kind of hinted at it. They are not going to give up. Buxton doubled in Matt Wallner, and Clevenger, he quite literally threw the game away just like Sam Bachman. Not just 1 hit by pitches, but 2 hit by pitches. Brooks Lee, he ties it with that hit by pitch, and look at who won it. Harrison Bader's 2nd home run walks it off. He has 9 home runs with 10 defensive run saves and 7 outs above average. He's been awesome. Rays are now 48-40. The Twins are 42-46, but all things considered, they they got a pretty good roster. The Rangers, kind of in the same boat as the Twins, they have a really good rotation and some big names on offense. Like, they actually have the best ERA in all of baseball, but still somehow they're consistently losing games. And I guess if anything, maybe Rangers fans are cool losing if it means Marcus Semien is breaking out because, I mean, he's been really good lately. Manny Machado hit one a mile, my lord. Number 14 went 440 feet. He is 3 hits away from 2,000 base hits for his career. Tatis, he was handed a free triple because Adolis looked like a newborn baby giraffe trying to catch that out there in right field. So Kumar Rocker's day is done. Luis Arias, he laced one to left field, so that run goes to Kumar Rocker. That forces extras. Xander's up at the bases. He heard something on this one. He immediately grabbed his hammy, so I'm hoping that it was just a cramp. I guess he didn't have his bananas. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. Bryce Johnson, he struck out as the pinch hitter, but not to fear. Jake Cronenworth is here. A lefty dunk shot sends the Padres into a walk-off Crone zone. They're 47-40. The Rangers are 43-45. I'm doing it. I am cutting a lot of fat in this Marlins Brew Crew game because Joey Ortiz, he stayed ultra hot with a 2-run single in the 4th to make it a 5-2 game that deflected off of Sandy, only to have the Marlins tie it on 2 swings. Connor Norby, Joey Ortiz's old teammate in the Baltimore Orioles system, he hit his 5th home run. And Otto Lopez, we've said his name a lot over the last month. He continued his own tour streak. He's up to 9 home runs and 44 RBIs thanks to his 24 RBIs last 26 games. Jackson Chourio, the 21-year-old, he delivered in the clutch for Milwaukee. The 21-year-old played Yelich for the lead, and McGill, he locked in that final score. He has 19 saves. The Brewers are 49-39 with Brandon Woodruff coming back tomorrow. We just talked about a few former Orioles top prospects. Let's go find another one because he's still an Oriole. Before that, Spencer Strider, he kept runs off the board. A nutmeg? Nope, he snagged it between his legs. He makes that grab. Here's that Orioles top prospect, Jordan Westbrook. He was really good last year. He goes deep off of Spencer Strider. He had 3 base hits in his first game off the IL. Cedric Mullins, he pummeled one too. He's been really bad lately. I think he's almost down to a sub-200 batting average, but that was a clutch 2-run home run. Clutch because the rookie catcher Drake Baldwin matched Mullins with a 2-run swing of his own. The rookie is now in double-digit home runs. He's got 10, and the OPS plus is back over 130. And now it drops back under with a bouncer. Felix Bautista has 17 saves. He gives Charlie Morton his 5th win. He is now 5-1 with a 3.2 ERA his last 13 starts or games because he had a few bullpen games. The Orioles bullpen held the Braves to 0 hits the final 4 innings. Both are way under 500, but question for you guys. Who's going to trade everyone first? Who's going to cave and just restart? Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking a matchup for the ages. The White Sox versus the Rockies. Anyways, Colson Montgomery in his MLB debut, he just made one of the better catches of any shortstop this year. I mean, considering that's his first game, it's going to be tough to beat that. He's setting the bar pretty high. He kept runs off the board for Adrian Hauser, who now has a lead. As Michael A. Taylor, he jolted one to right for 2. What did I say it like that? Jolted one to right for 2 RBIs. That sounded better. That ball was scorched. You gotta be kidding me. Hauser was in the middle of a gem. His defense let him down bad. An error allows 1. Then instead of the inning already being over, Tyler Freeman, he tied it with a hustle double. Freeman's batting .326 on the season, not just the last few weeks, on the season, with 12 stolen bases and a tiny 8.3 strikeout percent rate. Edgar Quero, the rookie, he's finally on the board. Very Moncada-like on that backswing. And then he got the silent treatment from his buddies in the dugout. Hauser ended up going 8 innings, and Grant Taylor, another rookie, he tossed some disgusting pitches for his 3rd save. That nasty curveball ended it. The 2 teams have a combined 127 losses, but that was a fun game. Not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed the quicker pacing. Should I do that again? You guys have to let me know in the comments because I like that. That was fun for me because these videos take forever. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I would really appreciate a like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as Underdog Fantasy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be safe.
Paredes, who homered on the very first pitch of the game. That's a diving stop by Kike Hernandez, and from his liner to center, Tawa coming in. Timmy's got it. Mangum lays out, and Kike Hernandez, he sends one into right center field, slicing, he can't get there. No, Jake's gonna get there.